Welcome into Sound Off Sports. I'm Mariah Janos. Coming up on today's show, we're going to talk all about Super Bowl 58, who you guys think will be the winner. Plus, we will be joined by Earl Campbell. And also, we're going back in time talking Super Bowls, which games you think are the most memorable. All that and more coming up on Sound Off Sports.
Make some noise. This is Sound Off Sports.
Welcome into Sound Off Sports. I'm Mariah Janos, and I am joined by none other than James Edward Barrickman, the fourth, or as I like to call him, Jamesy. All right, so obviously Super Bowl 58 is in town. It is the talk of the town, and we got two juggernauts going head-to-head in the Chiefs and the 49ers. But James, what are the people saying about this matchup? Who do they think is going to win this one?
So via our Facebook and X polls, we have 61% of you saying the 49ers are going to defeat the Chiefs. 39% of you saying the Chiefs are going to beat the 49ers. What do you think?
You know, it's hard because it's almost like I have this urge constantly to root against the Chiefs. So I want the 49ers to win. But if we're just going off postseason alone, it's hard to not look at the Chiefs and think that they're going to win it all and go back-to-back this year, just because that defense has been incredible. It's all about Spags and the way that he's transformed this defense, because honestly, the offense really is not that impressive to me. Patrick Mahomes produced okay numbers throughout the regular season. When you compare it to Lamar Jackson or any other quarterback out there, there was no one quarterback this season that really jumped out ahead of the pack, even with Jalen Hurts in Philly. So I'm not really sold on this Kansas City offense. It's more about the defense, and what do they say? Defense wins championships. So as much as I'd love to see a 49ers win for the first time since 1994, with all of the great weapons that they have, their defense has been off to such a slow start this postseason. They've almost gotten beat so many times based off of their start alone, especially against the Lions, where they could have stopped that. It was like they were on their heels against the run, which blew my mind.
I would agree with you. I'm taking Kansas City in this game as well for two big reasons. Number one being Kansas City has the major quarterback advantage. Brock Purdy's a mid-tier quarterback, probably top 15, where Mahomes is obviously the best quarterback in the league, and he's playing arguably his best that he has all season long. 68% completion percentage, 718 yards, 4 touchdowns this playoffs, and he's done that largely on the road. In Buffalo, great defense. At Baltimore, top flight defense. And he's gone in there and he's taken down top quarterbacks at the same time. My second reason why I'm taking Kansas City, their defense, as you mentioned, has been playing great. And I know that San Francisco has a bunch of names: Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, all those guys. Kansas City's defense has actually showed up on the field and played better. In they played 3 postseason games so far this year?
Yeah.
They've allowed 5 touchdowns, where San Francisco's defense, they've played 2 postseason games, they've allowed 6.
Ooh.
So Kansas City's played 1 more game and has allowed 1 less touchdown defensively. Give me Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard and it's unfortunate because at the start of the season, it looked like San Francisco was going to make it to where they are now. This wasn't really the surprise, but Kansas City really hit that skid, and we thought maybe, just maybe, this was the year that they would not be in the Super Bowl, but here they are again, turning it around at the right time. And I was talking to someone who covers the team just a few weeks ago about where they thought that turning point was, and they said, surprisingly, it was week 18 when all of their starters got their rest. Travis Kelce had time to get healthy. You saw he passed on his incentive because his body didn't feel right. And I think that was truly the game changer, giving him that 1 week of rest to really heal up before the playoffs, because now we know that Mahomes-Kelce duo is going to carry this team offensively. All right, it's time for Sink or Swim. We're talking about the Andy Reid-Patrick Mahomes marriage that has been very successful. I'm not seeing a divorce anytime soon, but with a victory on Sunday, Andy Reid would join some pretty impressive company. 3 or more Super Bowl wins. That's an exclusive club. And all in 5 seasons. It's not like he's had a ton of years to make this happen. 5 seasons, 3 Super Bowls, pretty dang impressive. And who is in this club, you ask? Well, of course we know the answer. Bill Belichick is on there, Don Shula, Tom Landry, and they're the only head coaches to appear in at least 5 Super Bowls. So very good company. He's on their way up there, and it's very, very likely that this will happen. We just talked about it, why this team is clicking so well. Obviously, a lot of it is the defense, but Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid have found their groove. They found it a while ago. I mean, this is 8 straight AFC West titles for this team. They are the new New England Patriots, unfortunately. And looking at this marriage of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, you can't help but think about Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and compare the two. Now, this is where I question everything, because now we're questioning how good of a coach Bill Belichick was now that Tom Brady left, now that he hasn't been rehired. If Andy Reid was without Patrick Mahomes, would he still be considered one of the greatest coaches? Well, where he has the leg up on Bill Belichick is that he's been successful with multiple franchises. He led the Eagles to almost the promised land, 19 years ago against the Patriots. They lost in the Super Bowl, but that right there, Reid was with the Eagles for 14 years, 10 playoff appearances, 6 divisional titles, 5 conference championships. So he is a proven winner with multiple franchises. You can't really say that about Bill Belichick. Well, when he was with the Browns, with the Giants, no, it wasn't really cute. So this marriage is really working out very well. The two of them are riding this high, and Patrick Mahomes is a young kid. They can keep this one going for the next 10 years if they wanted to, which is exactly why he signed that fat contract. So this marriage is really going strong. I don't see it going anywhere, and no other quarterback coach duo in the league really compares. I feel like if you took away Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes would still be okay, but this man is brilliant, and he knows how to call plays, and he knows how to run a team. Obviously, if you take Patrick Mahomes away from the Chiefs, there's going to be some question marks around this, but we've seen Andy Reid thrive without Patrick Mahomes. We've seen him before, whereas we don't really know Bill Belichick, or we didn't know Bill Belichick without Tom Brady, and once we saw him without Tom Brady, we started questioning his abilities to coach. Do I still think he's an amazing coach? Absolutely, but he has to prove it with another franchise, and right now he's not getting that opportunity. So that will be a giant lingering question. I don't think his legacy is tarnished by any means, but it's just a bummer that we have to talk about him this way, whereas I think Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, their legacy is already cemented with the contract that Patrick Mahomes has signed. Unless the Chiefs go up in flames, which they will not. I do not see that happening. Their legacy is pretty cemented as well for the next 10 years, or until Patrick Mahomes wants to retire, until Andy Reid wants to retire. The two of them are in good company together, and they're just going to keep it rolling, especially with another Super Bowl under their belts, potentially coming up this Sunday. All right, coming up after the break, we will hear from Earl Campbell himself on his career and what he thinks about this upcoming game. Stick around.
You're watching Sound Off Sports.
All right, we are here with NFL Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, one of the greatest running backs of all time. The Tyler Rose, they call him, from Tyler, Texas. Went to the University of Texas before being drafted in the top 10 of the 1978 NFL draft. Just tell me a little bit about your upbringing in Tyler before moving on to the University of Texas.
Well, I have 6 brothers and 4 sisters. And my father died when I was in the 5th grade, and my oldest brother was 18. So my mom raised all of us up there in those rose fields and all that kind of thing.
Got you. And then you went on to the University of Texas, an illustrious history of running backs that came from that school, and you almost spearheaded that. What is it like to be, recognized as, from a university that has so many great running backs, to be right up there with some of the best?
Well, when I came to the university in 1974, it was unbelievable. I mean, sports has always been big in Texas, and it's like that to this day, regardless of me or not. But having an opportunity to go to the University of Texas, I got a bachelor's degree in speech communication. Playing sports there was the thrill of a lifetime. It's like a dream that every young man would love to have is, and I had a chance to see that dream. Not only did I just go there, I got a bachelor's degree, as I said before, and also I was the first one to win a Heisman Trophy from there. So 1978 was a great year for me.
I believe it 100%. And one of the most recent guys to come out of the University of Texas, Bijan Robinson, just an absolutely electric running back now on the Atlanta Falcons. What do you see in him?
Well, of course, we're different styles of runner. He's more slimmer. He's probably a lot gifted than I was, but I only ran north and south. But B. John can do it all. He sometimes goes out as a wingman. He can catch passes, and I think he's having a great career down there in Florida at Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, no, he's doing great. Now back to your career. You, as you mentioned, you and Bijan have very a different style of running. You're, known as this big bruising, punishing running back. And when people compare running backs today and they have those sort of qualities, they are always coming back and comparing them to you. What is that like to be known as, the OG punishing running back?
Well, I was compared to Jim Brown, and that's where I got mine from. I studied Jim Brown when I was in college and when I was in the pros, and we got to be friends. And then he started telling me things. I think, like Bijan, he's a different kind of runner, and athletes today, especially running backs, you got to be able to catch the pass, which I wasn't very good at catching pass. I was good putting it in my hand and going north and south. But Bijan and running backs today, they are a different style of runners, which is not bad. That's a great thing.
100%. And so you went on, were drafted in the first round of the NFL draft, won Rookie of the Year. You were an All Pro your first 3 seasons in the league with Houston. What is that transition like from college to the NFL? Because you did it seamlessly.
Well, when you're playing ball and especially in college, pro football, whatever, there is somebody that teaches you the ropes. And there was a guy named Conway Hayman who was our right guard, sometimes our right tackle. He taught me the ropes of pro football. And then after that, all you had to do is know your assignment, and the whole team did this and did that. And that's why I guess in 1978, I was voted Rookie of the Year, MVP, 78, 79, and 80. So it's because of what guys on the team, like that offensive lineman, what they did made me greater. What
That's
Tim Wilson
that
those blocks, that made me better.
that's interesting that you mentioned that. And so you go on, you have a Hall of Fame career, end up being inducted. What is that moment like when they come to you and say, "Hey, you're getting this gold jacket. You're going to be immortalized in Canton forever"?
Man, you immediately go back to like the fifth grade is when I started playing football, and I would dream of doing things that I would watch like Greg Pruitt do, who played for Oklahoma and went on to have a great career. It's guys you would watch, and when you're out playing sunlight ball, I'm so and so, I'm him, and you want to do that. Then you get to the point that you understand you got to work to be as good as those people. That's why they set that example. And I happened to get on a team at Houston Oilers that was unbelievable. We had a great coach and named Bum Phillips, and he's the one that says we win as a team, we lose as a team, everything we do as a team. And I was part of that team.
Awesome, man. Now, getting into this year's Super Bowl, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, we got the San Francisco 49ers. What do you see in both teams, and who do you think is going to win on Sunday?
I don't know about that win on Sunday, but I will tell you this. Both of those teams are very gifted. I would say that San Francisco have probably better receivers than Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes have where everybody on the team rallies around how good he does. So it's going to be very interesting because I think when Patrick Mahomes shows up, I think everybody got a chance to win the football game with Kansas City team.
the Sober Bowl happening at the Clark County Government Center Amphitheater this Sunday. Tell us a little bit about what that's going to look like and why you wanted to do this.
We have what we call Alcohol Anonymous, and it's a sober bowl. And there are people that really would love to enjoy the football game, but doesn't want all of the alcohol. And thank God, 15 years now, I've been in sobriety, and I really love it. And Trace asked me, invited myself and some other people that has experience in that to come to Las Vegas and share our experience with others. So it's something that, like, for instance, Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham is right here in Las Vegas. He has a church. I've been to his church. And he may have somebody in his congregation that has a problem with alcohol and drugs, and he knows. And what we do, all the money we raise from the Super Bowl on Sunday is left right here in the city of Las Vegas. It has an opportunity to help some individual, some family that wants to get straight or get off alcohol and drugs.
Awesome, man. A great cause that is going down at the Clark County Government Center Amphitheater this Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Mr. Campbell, I appreciate you taking some time to talk with us.
Of course, I'm going to be in the Super Bowl too, and I look forward to having a chance to meet and see some people from Las Vegas.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a good one. You too.
Welcome back into Sound Off Sports. We're taking a little trip down memory lane, Super Bowl style. So for this one, we got to bring in my guy, Jamesy. All right, James. So the people, we asked them what their most memorable Super Bowl is, or the best Super Bowl in their opinion. What did they have to say?
So this one's from Chris Wheat via Facebook. He says, Giants, Patriots. Second was Rams, Titans, and he gives a shout out to Air McNabbert. His number one, Giants, Patriots. I know you don't like that very much.
I don't like that very much. I am from New England. I'd ride with the Patriots till I die, even though they are hurting me physically right now. This game is just brutal. I mean, I don't like either of the Manning brothers. Well, now I do that now that they're done playing. But Eli Manning, I just want to punch his face for this Super Bowl and the other Super Bowl. The only times Tom Brady could not beat a Manning.
I would have to agree with my man Chris here. I'm a Pittsburgh guy, so you know that I'm very anti.
We've had our own battles.
Patriot. Yes, we have.
We have had our own, yeah.
I remember watching this game specifically, Giants-Patriots. It was, I think the Giants snuck into the playoffs that year, like 9-7. It was David versus Goliath. The arguably, still, even though they didn't win the Super Bowl, maybe the greatest NFL team ever, going up against the little old Giants and Eli Manning. And I remember watching that game, that David Tyree catch, Eli Manning escaping pressure to get that ball off, and the touchdown to put it away to Plexico Barris. What a game that was. I was young too, but that game is seared into my mind. Just the magnitude and what was at stake, because the Patriots would have been perfect. I'm not sure what it would 18-0, 19-0,
16. Well, if we're looking at regular season, this was before they expanded.
Right, so it would have been about 18 or 19-0.
Right.
So anyhow, would have been undisputed the greatest NFL team ever. And my man, Eli Manning, did it to him. Chris Wheat, I agree with you.
Oh, now he's your man. Okay, whatever. What else do the people have to say?
So this one is from S. Walker on Facebook, and you'll like this one a little bit more.
Okay.
It's the Brady comeback for me. I thought it was over. Of course, he's talking about 28-3.
28-3. Put it on a T-shirt. It is on a T-shirt. That one was so good. That was my senior year of college. And I remember watching that game at halftime. I was about to turn the TV off. Actually, no, I was at my friend's apartment. I was about to just walk out, go home, and not watch the second half of the game. I was so frustrated. But then that catch, that wasn't a catch. That was a catch. Okay, Julian Edelman has hands. He wears red gloves. You could see them. That was a clear catch, and that just started it all. And that was honestly the best feeling ever, just having that. I was also watching with my friend that was a Falcons fan, so it felt extra good.
Feel bad for Atlanta fans to this day because you feel like that's probably
That was it.
their one and only shot.
I don't even
for a
know how
long
they
time.
got there. Like, it was one of those weird. It was like the Giants and Patriots before. They shouldn't have been there.
Matt Ryan was playing at the top level of his career at the time. But that Julian Edelman catch you mentioned, what a moment that is. And just what a complete and total choke job by the Falcons. And they've yet to recover ever since.
I mean, yeah, they have like a different quarterback every year. So maybe Atlanta will get it together one of these days. They had a chance at making the postseason, winning the NFC South because it's just a joke down there.
An absolute joke, yes.
But they couldn't even handle that. So, but they got some players on that roster that deserve better. Matt Ryan deserved better. But here we are. I'm not complaining. I got another Super Bowl out of it. So another parade. So, hey, fine with me. Stick around. We got more Sound Off Sports coming up after the break.
You're watching Sound Off Sports.
We have got an exciting weekend ahead of us as Super Bowl 58 is going down on Sunday. Now, before we wrap things up, a little reminder, we want to hear from you. This is a show for the people, by the people. So if you got some takes, we want to hear them. You can call us at 702-855-3502. Let us know what's on your mind. And if you're a little vocal shy, you can also email us. We welcome that as well. soundoff@kvvu.com. So again, 702-855-3502 or soundoff@kvvu.com. We want to hear your takes because they are red hot. But that'll do it for this episode of Sound Off Sports. I'm Mariah Janos. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.